Hey everybody, welcome back to Elizabeth Elaborates. I'm Elizabeth, and today going back to my lovely little corn cob. Have not smoked the corn cob in a while, and honestly I haven't smoked anything in a while. Is my lighter gonna work? Okay, this is a new challenge. I'm house sitting right now at my best friend's house. Her brother's room is the guest room now where I'm staying. If it was still the brother's room, I know for a fact there'd be a lighter in there. Let me check my car. BRB. Okay, got my car lighter. Everybody's gotta have an emergency car lighter. If you don't, get on it. I'm going with Sir Walter tonight. Wow, the corn cob is so different. Okay. Sir Walter. I was in a sweet mood, but I feel like all I do is smoke apricots and cream. So, instead I ate granola to satisfy my sweet tooth. I was really hoping this house was gonna have ice cream. No. This house has quinoa and salad and all that healthy stuff, which I'm healthy. I try to be, but whatever. So yeah, I like Carrie's technique. I tried Sir Walter again. I know initially, like way back, she had said in my comments, she's like, I hate it, it's so bad, don't try it. I don't know if she said don't try it, but she hated it. I tried it, didn't mind it, and she just tried it again. So watch her review, because I don't want to misconstrue her thoughts, but it was not as bad as she thought it was going to be. And so her mentality was like, you got to think about a savory food while you eat it. And she kept saying like sweet and sour chicken or something. I love like pickles and sour things. Like I will just drink straight up pickle juice. I know that's not good for you, but I love it. I drink apple cider vinegar. I don't do that all the time, but I get on these kicks and then I start craving it really badly. Like I actually enjoy how it tastes. So anyway, that's a little crazy thing about me, but I don't mind it. It's pretty light, I think, and then it kind of, I get the sour like right in the back of my throat, but it's nothing crazy. It's just like it wakes you up a little, you know? You feel me? Oh, I thought my tobacco was getting weird, but it's just a scratch on the jar. So, I'm sorry if this is like noisy here. There is a lot of airplanes, there's trains, there's neighbors, but they are fully fenced in here, so I can definitely see neighbors on all sides, but I don't think it's gonna be a problem. So yeah, I basically grew up coming to this house all the time. This is my best friend's house, and yeah, I gotta twist this a little bit. Can I even do that? Okay. So, what else is new in life? April was so insane. The month of April, I was going through the ringer. The month of May was really busy. And June, I feel like I'm just enjoying. I'm just enjoying June. Nothing too crazy. Super busy, but I'm on top of everything. And yeah. There's a grill here. Should I grill? I really like Sir Walter. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the room note as much. I'm not even in a room, but when it hits my nose, I don't enjoy it. So I would not really, I don't think this is a good house blend for your house. Go hide away somewhere or go in the woods. Oh, and then the other thing is Carolina Rose finally commented. My YTPC celebrity. Wait, I totally forgot why I brought her up. What was I gonna say? Cigars. Cigars, cigarillos, smoking in public. We were talking in the comments. And, like, whenever I smoke in public, first of all, the public is either on a hiking trail or in a park, which is still, like, off to myself a little bit. I'm scared of this lighter. But, can you see me? No one bats an eye. Everyone has had a positive reaction. The other day, well, when I was smoking my cigar, this guy ran past me and I was like, oh. Because every time I'm like sitting there like pigging out, having like food in the park or smoking in the park, it's like I'm doing something unhealthy and someone runs past me being very healthy, and it just, I don't know, it makes me feel a little guilty. So I'm like, this guy running a marathon right now. Anyway, I tried to like turn away a little bit and just be like, mind my business, but then he ran right past me. He stared at me, but he made eye contact with me and he was like, enjoy. And then in the parking lot, he hit a pen. And so I was like, okay, I got you. I see what you're doing. But I've never had a negative experience with like a stranger. Oh. I mean, people tell me it's unhealthy, but that's obvious, I feel. So, I'm chilling. I gotta make my book review video. Should I do that right now? Because there is one book I want to tell you about. And it's called When the Cranes Fly South. You guys hear that, Morning Dove? And I thought it was gonna help me understand elderly people's brains better. Which is such an odd thing to say. But I help out my grandma. And I have a hard time with some of her thought processes now. She's like, not being logical. So, anyway, I read this book. This old guy lost his connection with his son. Like, they kind of bicker all the time. And he has caretakers, and he's just like, the son wants to take his dog away. And so I thought it was going to help me, like, understand from my grandma's point of view how life feels right now for her. And not that she's in arguments with anyone, but aging is just a very ungracious stripping away of your dignity. And I want to be as helpful as possible in that process, but also do what's best for her. So, anyway, I really loved this book at first, and I was like learning a lot just hearing this guy's, how his brain worked. And then about a third or a half of the way through the book, I started reading some reviews online, and everybody was like, this book is so depressing. It is ceaselessly sad. It never lets up. Nothing good happens, and it just becomes insufferable. And like, you'll just leave the book feeling worse than you found it. And so I was like, I was so focused on what I could learn that I never stopped to care about the annoying things of this book, because I'm like, this is reality, you know? And I guess I wasn't looking at it as something that I should enjoy. I was looking at it as like a lesson that I could learn from. So when I read those reviews, it changed my mind, because I was like, hang on, this is a book, I should be enjoying it. And then I disliked it a lot, and then I started being like, man, this is so depressing, this is so sad, it never lets up, nothing good's happening, blah blah blah, crash and burn to the end. And then I hated it, and I rated it like 2 stars or something. But I think that in of itself is a good lesson, because that's my philosophy at life, is I approach everything as like a lesson of what can I learn from it. And that's why I always ask people their stories, and like I think why I have a lot of wisdom at a young age is because I listen to anybody and everybody that's different than me or similar to me. And it's like, even if I'm not having the best time, it could be a growth experience. Then when my mindset shift to, oh, I'm spending my time reading this, I should be enjoying this should be to my preference, then guess what? I didn't like it anymore. And so wouldn't that be a terrible way to live life? So you definitely gotta do stuff for your enjoyment, but the world does not revolve around you. Even the way I interact with my boss, like my boss is not the nicest person to me, or to my 2 coworkers. But if I always meet her with as much grace as I can give, or a good attitude, because I just am doing my job, I'll just do what I'm told, it's less annoying for me to just let it go. Why do I have to hang on to all this baggage? You know, I look at my coworkers sometimes and I'm like, they're more fed up at how she speaks to me than my boss is. I mean, they're more fed up. My coworkers are more fed up about how my boss speaks to me than I am. Because I'm just like, let it come and let it go. You know, the waves crash. And then they go back. And it'll repeat over and over. So I'm like, you guys stop carrying the baggage of how she speaks to me, how she speaks to you, just let it go. Because ultimately, so what? I want to do good at my job, and I do well. I do my job well. And if you don't get recognition, if I don't get recognition, whatever. Work unto the Lord, not for man. So yeah. But my boss has been chill this month, which is very good, because that was part of April, was she was stressing me out for no reason. There was no reason for her to be acting that way. I'm scooting you in so I can scoot back. Get a new phone soon. That's exciting. I was saving up all my money, and then I totaled my car. I spent all my money. And now I'm less stressed about money, even though I have like 75% less money than I had before. Because I guess when I was watching every penny come and go, so I could save it, I cared more than just come see, come saw. What does that even mean? I feel like that's like the ebb and the flow, you know? My fingers are really hot. I feel like this bowl is, I don't know. Why is the bowl so hot? Like, the tobacco is here. This upper part of the bowl is real hot. So anyway, there's 2 cats at this house. The cats don't really get along. The cats will bite. They will attack your ankles. And they will escape. And they sit at the door and they look out. And they've gone out multiple times. Not with me here. But I am scared. Because it started off with like, oh, you can open the slider. They like to sit and enjoy the view and the breeze and whatever and like watch the birds. And then it became, oh, the cats broke through the slider. They got down the street. Probably don't open it. And you can't open the front door. If you got the garage door, you gotta close the door, open the garage. And like, it's like getting into the Pentagon, I feel like. And everything is covered with plastic because they pee here. What a fiasco. I like cats, like it's fine, they're fine. I don't love any cats. I love my dog. But I had a cat growing up. And I would find it and I would force it to snuggle me. And it was an outside cat. It would like leave for 3 days and we'd just go outside and yell for it and it would come back. Sometimes it'd bring us like a mouse or something. But other than that, it was in our basement. And I would go down there and I'd grab it out from under the furniture down there. And it was not a nice cat either. I don't feel like most cats are nice. So with this lovely deck here, I might try to post a few more videos this week. My goal is to watch a movie every night. It's like 7:30. I'm already tired enough that I could go to bed right now. Tomorrow night I'm out. Thursday I'm in. Friday I'm out. Saturday I'm gonna go back to my house. So, what does that leave us with? One day. One day for a pipe. I could get a pipe in on Wednesday and Friday. I don't know. Well, I don't know if it's light enough then. You know, I gotta do it with you when the sun is up. It's been a long time since I smoked a pipe. I could smoke on my lunch break for sure, but apparently we're having too much fun on our lunch break, even though we're clocked out and it's my own time. So I could definitely find a spot where no one would find me, but I don't want to risk anything. I don't want to get a verbal warning or suspended. People are getting suspended right and left. Anyway, I asked for a raise. So, should I get more tattoos? I've been thinking, since the money is in and out these days, why not? You know, I'm definitely glad I didn't spend like $1,500 on a tattoo before I totaled my car. But now that I got a new car, now that I got a new phone, I might as well get some new ink, you know? I don't want to get anything on my arms. I gotta get like back in the gym. I feel like I look weak. Anyway, ignore that. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna read my book. Enjoy the birds, enjoy the sunset. Maybe watch a movie and call it a night. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Hopefully pretty soon. Maybe I'll post this tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Bye, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. And be nice in the comments.